Hi everyone, welcome back to another astrology breakdown. If you don't know me, my name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I am a tarot reader, astrology enthusiast, and a root worker. And I do astrology breakdowns of all the major transits throughout the week so you know how to work with them in your own personal daily life. This week is giving big I want to take a nap energy. We have a lot of Mercury and Pisces activation, and a lot of us are going to feel a little drained, a little frustrated, and a little scattered. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. All right, now if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes. There is a lot of stuff happening this week, so I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. We're going to start off with Tuesday, February 25th, for the first major transit, which is a conjunction between Mercury in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces. For those of you that have Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius placements, you're going to be feeling this the most. So just a heads up, you might be feeling a little mentally drained, and more prone to wanting to just lay down and escape from the responsibilities of life. I'm just going to give you a heads up, okay? You're also more likely to feel misunderstood or feel like you aren't really communicating your thoughts very clearly. Pisces is an energy that likes to think of the abstract, not necessarily get down to like the logical nitty gritty details. So there's a lot going on in your brain that is kind of hard to put into words. And you may see me struggle with putting things into words as well throughout this video. Everyone's feeling it one way or another. I personally am struggling with this myself. So just don't be surprised if you are feeling this way, or you see other people kind of like struggling, or you just don't feel like you're really connecting with what it is they're trying to explain. There's a lot of that going on right now. Yeah, so just be careful about losing focus in terms of like what it is that you're trying to communicate. Try to stay on task as much as possible. But you also may be feeling a little bit pessimistic, or like you're doubting yourself. Um, Whenever I see Saturn or Neptune pop into a major transit like this, that tends to bring on a little bit of like depresso energy. I hate to say it. This is typically like a more positive, supportive energy with a conjunction, but Saturn does have that ability to make us feel very limited in what we are able to do. It is the planet of limitations, responsibility, and structure. So when Saturn and Mercury are together in a transit like this, I do tend to think about people getting a little bit down on themselves. Okay, so just keep that in mind if you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be, or you're not executing things the way you want to. Just know that this energy will pass and everything will be okay eventually. Okay, just don't get too hard on yourselves. How to navigate this transit: again, be gentle with yourself, talk nicely to yourself, don't be so hard on yourself. Journal, write things down, ideas, anything just to remember so you don't forget later on, and keep everything organized, because I think it's very easy to lose track of where the train of thought was headed with Mercury and Pisces. So just write it down. You'll thank yourself later. Dream big when it does come to your long-term goals, though. This whole week, I think, is just a great time to manifest what might seem like the impossible, especially with the new moon in Pisces coming up on Thursday, and the North Node being in Pisces for the next year and a half. This is a great time to manifest really big, big goals that you never thought were achievable. It's okay to be a little delusional when it comes to manifestation and setting goals for yourself, because you never really know how it could turn out. It's just also putting in those practical steps to achieve what it is that you want to get, right? What else? Don't let doubt hold you back. Okay, self-care is important, and grounding techniques are going to be super, super important. Like I said, Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius placements are all feeling this energy the most, and we're going to be feeling this from February 19th until March 3rd. All right, then we get to Thursday, February 27th. Now, we do have the new moon in Pisces happening on this day, but before I get into that, I want to get into a couple other transits that I think are helping kind of boost this new moon energy, and I really want to understand how you can work with that. when it comes to setting your goals and manifestations or spell work, things like that, because I think you guys are definitely going to want to do that for this new moon. So the first transit I want to start with is a sextile between Mercury in Pisces and Uranus in Taurus. This is an energy for all things creative, spiritual, artistic, and even technological or technology based. This is a great time to think outside of the box. Expect some really fun and unexpected insights, downloads, realizations about things. You may be able to take a look at problems or projects that maybe you were struggling with or stuck on with a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective, and kind of take off and just complete it out of nowhere. So that's really exciting. And you also might have a really inspiring conversation or encounter with someone that may feel like it was kind of destiny for you guys to meet. Again, the placements that are going to be feeling this particular energy the most are going to be Pisces, Taurus, Cancer, Capricorn, Scorpio, and Virgo. How can you navigate this particular energy? Experiment with new ideas. This is the time to try new things, learn new things, go to new places, meet new people. New. Uranus is that planet of the unexpected, of breakthroughs, of what else? Breaking the routine, essentially. So Uranus is encouraging you to break the routine, get outside of your comfort zone, think outside of the box, do something new and different, because there could be something really rewarding on the other side of that. Okay. So experiment, trust your intuition, keep a dream journal. Mercury in Pisces, there's going to be a lot of dreams. I'm telling you, especially you more intuitive people, you're probably going to be getting a lot of dreams around this time. Keep a dream journal by your bed, or just keep a journal on hand whenever you're out and about. You may get some downloads, some realizations while you're literally out for coffee. Write it down so you don't forget it later. What else? Approach old challenges, projects, issues with fresh perspective. Okay. We're going to be feeling this energy from February 23rd until March 2nd. So you're going to have a good week or so with this. So play around with it and have some fun. I think there's some really rewarding stuff there. The next transit I want to talk about is a sextile between Venus in Aries and Jupiter in Gemini. Excuse me. This is a really bold, flirty energy. Okay. Venus in Aries is very go get 'em tiger. Like, I see something I want, I'm gonna go get it. Whether it's relationships, finances, whatever. This is a great time to meet new people again, and dive into any type of exciting opportunity. So, with Uranus and Taurus also being aspected with Mercury and Pisces, expect some unexpected invitations. Okay. Take advantage of those invitations. Get in touch with some unexpected groups of people, network, things like that. This is a really good time to kind of, again, put the feelers out and see what is out there, who is out there. Okay. Because you never know, you might meet your next business partner, your next relationship. Okay, somebody important. I'm saying. This is also a really good energy for our finances in general. Okay, Jupiter and Venus together is very expansive. Venus is already kind of the ruler of our finances, our physical possessions, not just love. So when these two pair up, it's a really good opportunity to expand on our physical wealth, security, things like that. Okay. So there could be some positive developments when it comes to business or money matters here. Again, if you take advantage of it, like I'm saying. How do you navigate this? Make the first move. Don't hold back. Be confident. Okay. Approach new encounters or people that you meet with confidence. Be open to spontaneous invitations and conversations. You can learn a lot. You can get a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Benefits, yes, but joy. I mean, there's so many things that you could get out of this transit, and just from being open to talking to different types of people. Like I said, express yourself with confidence, explore new ideas and hobbies. We're going to be feeling this energy between February 12th and March 13th, so you have almost a whole month of this energy, which is good. Take advantage of it, you guys. I'm telling you, this is a good time to manifest, especially for finances, business, and relationships. This energy right here, paired with the new moon in Pisces, is a great energy to jump on. Who is going to be feeling this the most? Aries, Leo, Gemini, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Libra placements. Okay, guys? So Get on that. Get on that. I'm telling you. And then to close out Thursday, we have, of course, the new moon in Pisces. Now, everything I just said about Thursday, on top of a new moon in Pisces, which is all about the spiritual, the abstract, the unknown, the unseen, like that is the perfect energy to manifest, to do automatic writing with, or to do spell work and manifest the life of your dreams or goals that you did not think were possible. This is the perfect time to be delusional. You guys, this one right here, be delusional. If you think you want a salary of, I don't know, 80 grand a year, bump that bitch up to 300 grand and see what happens. You don't know what could happen in the next year and a half, so take advantage of it. Be a little delusional here. It's okay. Dream big, set your goals big. If anything, maybe you just land a little shy of that. Okay, guys. I'm also going to be doing a breakdown on TikTok and Instagram of where you can possibly set goals or do manifestations based on your rising sign. So if you want a little bit more of help of like, well, what should I focus on right now? I'm going to give you some ideas for that. So if you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, you can find that info in the description box and check that out when it comes out. All right. Now, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is where things get a little weird for me personally, because I'm like we go from a really great beginning of the week and then it's like some nonsense. This energy is just not my favorite personally, but let's talk about Friday. So for Friday, February 28th, we have a square between Venus and Aries and Mars and Cancer. This is bringing tension to relationships. That could be platonic, romantic, business, really depends on where it's hitting your chart. um and it's really triggering like a mix of desire versus insecurity. It's like, on the one hand, you want to make some sort of approach towards someone or take action in some way with somebody, but at the same time you feel very insecure about taking that action, and so you pull back. It's like you start to do it and then you're like, never mind. I don't know how it's going to be received. I don't know if I want to put myself out there that way, which could end up leaving other people confused or um, insecure themselves. Maybe they think something's wrong with them. So it's one of those things. It's kind of a double-edged sword. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Again, I feel like it's just a lot of us being in our heads, unfortunately. How do you navigate this? Channel any frustrations you have into creativity. That is one kind of good thing about Venus and Aries and Mars in Cancer, is that there's a lot of supportive energy towards creativity, artistic habits, or artistic hobbies, I should say. This is also a good time to channel into like your physical health. So if you are someone that loves to exercise or do yoga or X, Y, and Z, and get your body moving, this is a good time to channel your frustrations into that, release some tension there. um I will say avoid being impulsive or reacting impulsively, because what you think is happening, like if you're on the receiving end of this and you think someone is being weird, they may not being they may not be being weird. Excuse me. They may not be being weird for the reasons you think they are. um so just try not to like be too hard on other people right now. I think everyone's kind of like, I think this whole weekend is just very confusing for everybody. Nobody really knows what's going on with themselves, with other people, with life. And so just don't take things too personally. Definitely don't be impulsive or passive aggressive when it comes to other people. Like, I think everybody's just kind of in a funk this weekend. That's just my take. But um, I would say though, take this tension and focus that on yourself, your own personal growth, if you can. This is a good time to like really dive deep in terms of like what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and how to navigate that, how to improve yourself. If you really feel like you need areas of improvement, put your focus there, but maybe not so much on other people right now. Okay, so who's feeling this the most? Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Taurus, and Scorpio placements. And then we're going to be feeling this from February 23rd until March 5th. So A little over a week or so. Yeah, so sorry guys, it's not a fun one, but I gotta let you know. If you thought Friday was a doozy, Saturday is no better because Saturday, March 1st, Venus retrograde begins in Aries. This is going to be a very long, drawn out retrograde. If you're not familiar with the length of a Venus retrograde, it's basically be about a month and a half. So it starts today or March 1st, and then it will end on April 12th. It will be starting in Aries and regressing back into Pisces around March 27th. So we're getting kind of hit in two different areas of life. I already did a breakdown on which areas will be hit for you guys based on your rising sign, and that is up on my TikTok and Instagram. So again, if you want to follow me there, I do little breakdowns like that in those places a lot. What is Venus retrograde? Just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. This is a time where we reevaluate a lot. So, relationships, finances, self worth, and values are really the biggest ones that Venus rules. Um, so, again, this is going to play out a little differently for everybody, and it's probably going to be a combination of things. Venus retrograde isn't necessarily a bad thing compared to like a Mercury retrograde, which we will be having one in the middle of this Venus retrograde. Go figure. Good old March. March is going to be weird. Um, but it's just a time for us to kind of really sit and think about, what people, places, and things actually align with who we want to be, who we are in this moment, because we all do, we go through growth periods, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? So this is kind of just a taking stock of who, what, and where is not where, who and what is in our energy, and does it still fit in our lives, essentially. So those placements that will be feeling Venus retrograde the most will be Aries, Pisces, Libra, and Taurus. On that same day, Saturday, March 1st, we have an opposition between Mercury and Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. And we also have a conjunction between Mercury and Pisces and the North Node in Pisces. So for me, this is kind of just it kind of gives me a little bit of a baseline on how Venus retrograde is going to play out for us. This is like, hey, you're going to want to take a look at X, Y, and Z here. And so, what is this energy with Mercury and the South Node and North Node? This is a time where we may feel a little misunderstood by people, may also feel like you get lost in your thoughts or you're just having trouble, again, expressing yourself. I feel like we got this earlier in the week a little bit. Um, and on Friday. But this is a really good time for closure, which I think is great to be paired with for this Venus retrograde. Um, because we do kind of, like I said, need to take stock of what is not working in our lives anymore, people, places, and things, right? So this is a good time to close out bad habits, relationships, or, things that just need to be healed in general. Doesn't mean that we're kicking out everybody in our lives or we're moving and doing this big dramatic thing, but maybe healing some old wounds, having some deep conversations that need to be had that maybe we've been avoiding for a while. This is also a really good time for intuition, heightened intuition. Again, dreams might be a little wild. Keep a dream journal. And creativity is also going to be off the charts. So, this is a really good time, again, to think outside the box. Venus in retrograde means that we're taking a look at things and saying, maybe this part of this thing doesn't work for me anymore, but I like this thing. How can I make this work where I get more of this part and less of this? Or how can I use this in a different way? How can I rehabilitate this part that doesn't work anymore? How can I fix this to make it work for me altogether? Okay, so again, um, good time for thinking outside the box and being creative. With this heightened intuition, though, I will have to say just stay a little bit grounded. There's, again, a lot of Pisces energy, and Pisces is very much up in the universe, not very grounded here on Earth. So just try to keep yourself balanced. How to navigate this. It's a really good time to blend your logical side and your intuitive side. So Virgo is a very analytical, very critical energy, and Pisces is very go with the flow, intuitive, like nothing's really that serious. Um, So this is a good time to kind of combine that, be a little bit more open to going with the flow on things, being a little bit more intuitive when it comes to making decisions or connecting with others, but also, still checking the facts when needed. We don't want to be so delusional in saying, oh, yeah, no, I just have a good feeling about that, and not double checking to make sure something is rooted in fact or logic. So I would just say keep that dictionary, keep that Google on hand just to support your intuitive feeling. It's just a supportive tool for this energy. And I think this will help kind of guide you there. And get out of your head. Like I said, don't overanalyze things. I think Virgo kind of has that ability to overanalyze and overthink things to death. Okay. And again, just keep that journal handy. Write down your thoughts, your feelings, realizations, all of that good stuff as they come up. So, who is going to be feeling this the most? Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. And you're going to be feeling this from about February 23rd until March 9th. Okay, and then finally we get to Sunday, March 2nd. We have two really big transits, and they are mental doozies. I will just let you know. So we're going to start off with Mercury in Pisces. Once again, Mercury in Pisces is just the star of the show this week. That's just what it is. And she is in a conjunction with Neptune in Pisces, which is Pisces planetary ruler. So Neptune loves to be in Pisces. This is actually really a good energy, but it can kind of take us down a weird path if we're not careful. So intuition wise, solid. Like, we're picking up on things without needing all the things to be said. Does that make sense? On the flip side of that, though, your imagination is also kind of running wild, which is good for creatives and artists. But if you are trying to interpret why this person you're on a date with is acting the way that they're acting, you may go down a whole rabbit hole and make yourself think something that is absolutely not happening. Okay, so again, there's a double-edged sword to this one. Just be very, very careful. What is really good about this is conversations are going to feel very deep and emotional. There's a lot of compassion and empathy with Pisces. So this is a really good time for like heart to heart conversations, or like getting down to like some deeper things. Okay. Healing. Miscommunication and confusion, though, that's kind of what this energy is prone to. So again, you may not be computing. I'm not computing right now. You may not be communicating as clearly as you think you are. Someone may not be receiving what you think you're communicating very well, and people are just not getting it. I don't think this is a good time to go on a first date. I would not go on a first date on this weekend. It's too much. I don't think anybody's gonna get the best idea or picture of each other. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see that going very well for a lot of people, but to each his own. If you want to try it, go for it. It's very easy to slip into Fantasyland, want to escape, curl up on your couch and watch movies with popcorn and some drinks. Okay, overindulging in substances is a big thing here. So just be very, very careful. It's very easy to go heavy into the excessive overindulgent part of yourselves, which can really wreck some things if you're trying to be responsible. Okay, so just keep that in mind. How to navigate this. Obviously, don't do that. But also take off the rose colored glasses, especially before making really big decisions, because you will probably regret it later. Neptune is the planet of illusion, deception, and dreams. So things aren't very clear. It's like there is a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors. Like you're walking through like a mirrored fun house. Things are going to be distorted. Things aren't going to be very clear. You aren't going to be seeing things clearly or understanding things clearly. You're going to walk into a wall if you're not careful. So double check your facts. Don't believe everything at face value. Again, it's good to be intuitive, but again, just keep that Google, keep that dictionary, keep that thesaurus, not thesaurus. What was the word I'm looking for? Dictionary. Is it thesaurus? God, it's been a while. Encyclopedia. Sorry. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. Keep that encyclopedia on hand, just in case you need to look some shit up, because people might be just doing a lot of this and it's not It's not what it is. Okay. Also be just super clear, as clear as you can when it comes to communication, so there's no miscommunications there. People that are feeling this the most: Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sagittarius placements. Again, sorry to all the mutable signs, but this is going to be a doozy for you guys, I think. And you will be feeling this from February 24th until about March 13th, so hang in there. All right, and the final transit for the weekend on Sunday, we have a square between Sun in Pisces and Jupiter in Gemini. This one is also a mental doozy. Why, Laura? Let me tell you. So, this energy is optimism on steroids, has us thinking we can do things that we can't necessarily do. Okay. Someone comes to you and says, hey, so and so, can you help me move next weekend? You're like, yeah, no worries. And you check your calendar and you got 8 million other things you're supposed to be doing that weekend. But in your head, you're like, oh, well, I can do that if I move this around, or if I leave a little early here, I can totally do that. By Friday, you're going to be burnt out, wishing you never said yes to helping that person move. Okay. So just be realistic. This energy will have you feeling scattered, like it's hard to focus and you're going to get overwhelmed. So just be kind to yourself and do not put yourself in a position to be doing too much, especially by the end of the week. Yeah, just don't jump into things without really sitting and thinking about whether you can. Just say, hey, let me get back to you on that. I'm not really sure. My schedule's already filling up and I don't want to say yes and then end up flaking on you later or not being able to at all. All right. So this energy is also prone to overindulgence and excessiveness. So for those of you that like to indulge in the substances, in the junk food, in the laziness, yeah, this is your weekend. This is your weekend. Just be careful. Again, everything in moderation, because you're gonna regret it when you wake up in a couple of days and you're like, oh, put on a couple of pounds. Ooh, got a really bad headache. Ooh, gotta go throw up. Okay, just don't say it. I warn you. Yeah, it's just so easy to want to escape reality right now. I just think we're all mentally overwhelmed in general this weekend, and then it just trickles into next week as well. So again, just take it a day at a time, stay grounded, remind yourself that you're doing the best you can and you don't need to keep proving yourself for validation, okay? But also don't sit on the couch for too long. Balance, it's all about balance, okay? All right, so who is going to be feeling this energy the most? That's going to be the Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius gang. Mutable signs, I'm so sorry. You're going to be feeling a lot of stuff for the next couple of weeks. You will be feeling this energy from February 22nd until March 10th. And that is that for this week. Personally, I'm really looking forward to next week's transits. We get a little bit of a pick me up with Mercury moving into Aries, which is going to help pull us out of this very sleepy, sedated type of energy that Mercury in Pisces has been giving. And then we also have a bunch of really supportive transits that I think are going to help give us that push we need and forward momentum for our goals and plans. So I'm actually very, very excited for next week. But yeah, that's it. So until I see you next time, don't forget to leave a like, a comment. Don't forget to share with other people if you think they can get some use out of this information. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. I hope you have a great week, and I really hope to see you guys next time. Bye.